What's up, YouTube? This is DBZ439 bringing you a brand new deck in TCG known as Monarchs. I'm really excited about this deck. It just came out, and there's so much potential to this deck because it's considered to be one of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. And the best part is it's budget, so everyone can build it. And I feel like I built the best variant possible, so without any further ado, let's get onto the deck. First off, we run triple Erebus, obviously. So what he does is one of his effects is you could tribute summon him by attributing one tribute monster. Also, when he's summoned successfully, you get to dump a spell or a trap monarch card from your deck to the graveyard, and then as a result, you can shuffle one card from your opponent's hand or field or graveyard into the deck. So it's really powerful. Also, when he's in the graveyard, you can discard one spell or trap monarch from your hand to the grave to add one monarch card with 2400 attack or 1000 defense and add it to your hand. So that's really good. And he's probably the coolest looking monarch. So on to the next one. We run Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. She's really good um, because like the other one, if you have one tribute summon monster, you can tribute that monster. And when she's successfully tribute summoned, you get to also dump a spell or trap monarch from your deck to the graveyard and special summon one monarch from your deck with 2400 attack or 1000 defense or higher. Um, so yeah, but the only problem is that card gets bounced to your hand at the end phase. Also, if this card's in your hand, you can special summon this card or tribute summon this card from your hand during your opponent's turn or main phase one actually, and banish one spell or trap monarch card from your graveyard and summon her. So that's really good because if they target your monarch cards or whatever, you get to chain to that effect, so that effect becomes useless. For example, if you have him on board and they try to Castell it, you can chain to this with her effect, and then Castell would be useless, and then you get her effect off. So that's really cool. Next, we run one Mega Monarch, and that's Caius. I feel like he's the best one. The others aren't that good. And for Monarch decks, usually you don't want to run more than 10 because you could see some clogginess and inconsistency. So that's why I only run one of him. But he's really good because if you tribute summon a dark monster, you get to banish two cards. But if you tribute summon any other monster, it's only one. And then if you do so, inflict 1000 to your opponent's life points. So that's really good. Next, for your one tribute summons, you have double Vanity's Fiends and one Majesty's Fiends. Vanity's Fiends is probably one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, just because Pepe is probably the best deck, and this card absolutely shuts it down. So that's why I run two of her and only one of him. He kind of hurts you, but he's searchable with the search spell Monarch card, and you can use Tenacity on him as well. So that's really cool. But that's all for the tribute monsters. And onto the smaller cards, we run one Idea, the Heavenly Squire. She's really good because my apologies, I run three, not two. But when she's normal summoned or special summoned, you get to special summon one um, monster for with 800 attack or 1000 defense from your deck, and that card gets its effect, as well as if she gets sent to the graveyard by any means, you get to add a banish spell or trap monarch card from your banish zone added to your hand. So that's really good. So she's like your playmaker, and you have to have her in order to win the games and open with her pretty much if you go first. Otherwise, you can't really make your play. So she's crucial to the deck. And then her partner, you could say, is Adios, the Underworld Squire. When he's normal summon or special summon, you get to do an additional tribute summon. So that's key word, additional, because that means essentially you could do two tribute summons depending on how you summon this card. So he's really good, and yeah. And if he's in your graveyard, you get to banish him and pretty much special summon her from the grave as she'll get her effect. So that's really good. And then Blast for the Monsters, we run double Maxi because just draw power, and it really shuts down a lot of decks because all they do is or special summon, so you just keep plussing off of that. So that's it for the monsters, and onto the spells. We run triple Pantheism of the Monarchs. Really good card. It makes the deck really consistent and flows really fast. His first effect is You get to act. You can send one Monarch spell trap card from your hand to the grave, and then draw 2 cards. And then if this is in your graveyard, you get to banish and reveal 3 spell or trap Monarchs from your deck, and your opponent chooses one. So, but you can only use that effect once per turn. So that's really good. Makes the deck go a lot faster, and you can use her to bring it back and whatnot, and just keep plussing and plussing until you get the proper board. Next, you run Triple Tenacity for more consistency. You get to reveal one monster from your hand with 2400 attack, 1000 defense, or 2800 attack, 1000 defense, and add any spell or trap card from your or any Monarch spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So that's really good. Next, you run Triple Stormforth. Y'all probably know what this does, but it's really good because the thing is, it doesn't target, so you get to tribute some of your opponent's monsters, and since it's a quick spell, you get to combo with one of the trap cards I'm going to discuss later on. Next, you run Double Domain of the True Monarchs. This card's really good. This is actually one of the main reasons why the deck is like really good, because your opponent. Okay, well, first you can't control any extra deck cards. Next, if you have a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot special summon anything from the extra deck. That includes pendulum monsters and any XZs or whatever. So Pepes or whatnot cannot go access their extra deck. Also, if your Monarch monster or if your tribute summon monster attacks an opponent's monster, gains 800 attack, and its best effect actually is you get to reveal one monster with 2,900 attack, 1,000 defense from your hand, and reduce its level by 2. So it makes it like one tribute summon. So that's really good. Next, you run Double March of the Monarchs. It protects your tribute summon monsters. They can't target it by card effects or destroy it. And so essentially the only way they can destroy it is by beating over it. Next, we run only one Return of the Monarchs. This helps search out your tribute summon monsters, including Majesty's Fiend. So that's pretty cool. Every time you tribute summon successfully with the tribute summon monster, but you can only search a monster with a different name. That's the only downside to it. One Rhoda to search out Idea, the Heavenly Monarch or Vassal Squire, for consistency and whatnot, because you want to see her as soon as possible. Next, you run one Twin Twister. I don't run two because I have a lot of back row removal and whatnot, and I don't really want to discard anything from my hand, but it does combo well with the Shadow or the Underworld Squire and Pantheism and whatnot. So you only want run one to make your plays go, and then last Regeki for obvious reasons. That's it for the spells. Now onto the traps. We run a very minimal amount. Two of the new trap cards, the Pride Monarch, really good card. So 2 effects. So when you activate this card, you get to shuffle 2 Monarch spell trap cards from your deck or from your graveyard into your deck, and then draw 1 card. And if this card's in your graveyard, you get to banish 1 spell or trap card from your from your graveyard and special summon this card. It has 1,000 attack, 2,400 defense. It's not considered a trap card, so that's really cool. And you can only use this effect once per turn. So it combos well with Heavenly as well, because since you keep banishing your spells and traps from your grave, you can ultimately choose one of them and just add it to your hand when she gets into the graveyard. So that's really good. Next, you're on one Escalation of the Monarchs. Really good card because you get to tribute summon during your opponent's turn, either their main phase or battle phase, so you can disrupt their plays. Then one Reinforced Truth. I was playtesting 1-for-1, but I decided this card's better because 1-for-1, there's a cost to it. And this card, like, you essentially use it during your opponent's end phase, so they can't stop the summon of this card, and you just go off after that. And then next, you run one Solemn Warning, because it's probably the best trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Next, besides Solemn Strike, we run, for the side deck, we run Double Veiler. Effect negation's crucial now. Artifact Lancia, you can't run Imperial Iron Wall because that kills you, so you need to run Lancia instead. Next, you run Spell Shattering Arrow for scales and the mirror match, and then double MST for floodgates or whatnot. Next, you run double Poisonous Winds because Magic Specters is a thing, and any other decks like Harpies or whatnot, unexpected decks, you just got to run this card. Next, you run triple Grandhorn, stops pendulums or anything that XZ spams or whatnot. And last, any trap heavy deck, you run triple Royal Decree to shut them down. So anyways, thank you YouTube for watching this video. I'm really excited to play this deck. I'm going to take it to locals and see how I do. So Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please post them down below and subscribe. And if you have any ideas or whatnot, let me know. Anyways, thank you and have a nice day.